welcome to our financial management workshop. I'm so excited about this workshop. I've been looking up to all to doing this, and that is because of how important what we are going to be doing in this workshop is. We are going to have 6 sections in this workshop, and this will be the first session. And in this first session, we are going to look at understanding personal finance. Understanding personal finance. Whether you are earning a salary or you are running a business of your own, or you are planning for the future, your personal finance is the foundation of your financial success, irrespective of wherever you find yourself in this sector. So, in this session, we are going to be looking at why financial literacy matters, why you need to be financially literate. Number 2, we are also going to be looking at how your mindset influences your money decisions, and then we're also going to be looking at how to set realistic financial goals. Right? So let's get right into it. Financial literacy. Financial literacy is very, very critical for everybody, irrespective of your age or your stage, and most especially for people who make money, people who have grown to the point, who have progressed to the point of making their own money. It is important that you have some level of financial literacy. Also, for anybody at all that spends money, anybody at all that handles money, makes money, and spends money, needs to be financially literate. You understand? Imagine whatever it is that you are doing, anything at all it is that you are doing as your profession or as your practice, you have to study it. You have to, you have to train for it. But many times we do not think that financial literacy or financial management is something that requires our attention and our training. I don't know why, but on daily basis we are making expenses, on daily basis we are handling money, we are making money decisions, and a lot of people do not see how important it is to make financial decisions, to study financial literacy or to have some level of financial literacy. We just feel that because we make money, because we are fully grown, that we now know how to handle money or how to handle our personal finances. Now, let's dive into it. Financial literacy refers to the ability to manage your money effectively. The word is effectively. How to manage your money effectively. Now, financial literacy deals with budgeting, savings, investment, and understanding financial risk. These components are the very things that constitute our daily lives as individuals. On the daily basis, we are making decisions of what to buy. We also need to make decisions on what savings scheme to have. We also make decisions on whether to invest our money. We also make decisions that borders around financial risk, bad financial decisions that does not pan out well or whatever it is. Now, here is the reason why a lot of people, struggle financially. It's not necessarily because they lack income, but because of what they lack the financial knowledge of how to manage their income. Irrespective of how much your income is, there is a level of intelligence that is required to be able to drive the necessary satisfaction from that income at every level, because you are not going to start from the one earning your dream income. So from the one, whether you're a businessman or you are a salary earner, from the one, you are going to begin earning something that is far below what you need. You are going to start earning something that is far below your expectation or your aspirations. But you see, at every point in life and at every phase of your life and at every stage of your financial development and improvement, there is need for you to have the necessary and the required financial literacy to be able to manage your finances at that level. So it is because if you don't, it becomes easy for you to fall into the debt, into the trap of what? Debts, overspending, and poor investment choices. This is why financial literacy is very, very what? Important. Now, let's look at how your mindset impacts your finance, how your mindset impacts your financial decisions. And the relationship with money is deeply influenced by your mindset. Your mindset plays a very big role in your how you relate with your money, in how you spend your money. Your mindset is key, because almost every decision you make about money comes from your subconscious mind, right? On a daily basis, the decisions you make about how you spend your money comes from your subconscious mind, which forms a very large chunk part of your mindset, right? So why some people see money as a tool for freedom, others view it as what? As a source of stress, right? Depending on how well your financial management skills are. Now, understanding financial habits and financial beliefs can help you develop a healthier approach to money management. Mark these two things: financial habits and financial beliefs. Financial habits have to do with your attitude, your behavior to money. And then your beliefs has to do with what you understand about money. Do you see money as a tool to freedom, or you see money as a source of stress? Do you see money as a commodity, or you see money as a means of acquiring your needs and your want? You understand? Now, here are a few things I need us to consider under how mindset affects our financial decisions. Number one is the spending habits. Now, how do you spend your money? Do you spend impulsively, or do you budget and track your expenses? There are a lot of us that have a very bad financial habit. Why? Because we do not plan. We do not sit down to plan. Most of the decisions we make about our money are impulsively done. We do what is commonly known as impulse buying, right? We pay for things we never sit down to really think about. We pay for things we never plan to, right? So if you now sit down and you now look at the decisions, your financial decisions or financial spendings, the money you have spent so far, how many of them came from a well thought out decision process? And how many of them came out of impulse buying? You just saw it and there you just decided to spend your money on it. This is a mindset issue. Next is your saving attitude. Now, there are a lot of us that believe that we can only save when we are finished spending all the money that we want to spend. And the truth of the matter is that you will never finish spending all the money that you want to spend, right? So you will never save. You will never save. So there is need for you to prioritize, to build an attitude of saving. There is need for you to have an attitude of saving, that every time your income drops, wherever it drops, whether you're a salary earner or a business earner, that savings will be part of your priority. That one of the things you will prioritize will be for you, one of the first expenses you make will be for you to remove or for you to debit for your savings, right? Then the next is risk tolerance. What is your level of risk tolerance? Are you open to investment opportunities, or do you fear financial risk? All of us have in us that fear of losing our money, because in most cases we have worked very hard for our money and we don't want to lose it to some schemes. But you need to understand that for you to be able to grow, investment is a very, very key component of it, and we are going to look at it in the later sessions of this workshop more deeply. But there is need for you to build a proper attitude for risk tolerance. You need to have risk tolerance. You need to be risk tolerant. You understand? You need to bear it at the back of your mind that you are always going to have to take up some financial risk. The next is debt mindset. What is your debt mindset like? So it's important to look at what is your idea about debt. What is your idea about finance? What is your idea about borrowing money? What is your idea about owing money? What is your priority when it comes to repaying back your loan or your borrowed monies? So it's critical for you to build a proper debt mindset. A proper debt mindset is that mindset that focuses on borrowing debt when it is always necessary and unavoidable. When it is completely unavoidable, and when it is what? Investment driven, right? And that when you are indebted, you prioritize paying back your debt. You prioritize paying back your debt. This constitutes a proper mindset for what? For debt. Now, let's look at how you can set some personal financial goals for yourself. There are three different types of goals that you can set for yourself. Three types of financial goals that you can set for yourself. We have the short term, we have the mid term, and then we have the long term goals. Now, the short term goals ranges from 0 to 1 year, 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years. Any financial goal that you set within this period is known as your short-term financial goal. And what are the things that can fall under short-term financial goal? Number one is what? Emergency fund. If you are making money, you need to set some money aside for emergencies, right? So that is a short-term goal. Next is what? Paying off your debt. Paying off your debt should also fall under your short-term financial goal. Why? Because you need to have a proper debt mindset. If you have a proper debt mindset, you don't want to postpone repayment of your debt to your midterm financial goal. In fact, debt repayment should not even make it to your midterm financial goal, because at midterm financial goal you should be focusing on more serious stuff, not paying back a debt, and also creating a budget. Creating a budget is another thing that should fall under your short-term financial goals. So from this workshop today, go and sit down and work on these three things: emergency fund, paying of debt. If you are currently indebted, go and sit down in the next 2 years. How can you repay those debts, right? And then creating a budget. Go and sit down and come up with a budget. Next is the midterm goals. Now, the midterm goals is from 3 years to 5 years. Any financial goal you set that is between the range, the duration of 3 years to 5 years is known as your midterm financial goal. Now, what are the things that you should consider under this midterm financial goal? Number one, saving for a home. You want to build your own house, it should fall under your midterm financial goal. What it means is that if you want to build the house, it should take you within 3 years or 5 years to really plan and save for it, project and save for it. You understand? The next is investing in personal development. Investing in personal development should also fall under it. You want to pursue some upskilling in your career path. You want to learn some more business skills. You want to go for your master's or for your PhD. You want to further your studies. You want to invest more in yourself. Whatever it is you want to do that constitutes personal investment and personal development should also fall under your midterm financial goals. And the next is starting a business. If you want to start a business, it should also fall under your midterm financial goal. If you are a salary earner and you are hoping to own your own business, or you actually want to go into business but you decide to take the route of employment first, so that you'll be able to make savings, don't look at anything less than 5 years. Except maybe if you are working in a more well-paying organization. But however it is, starting a business should fall under your midterm goal. So within 3 years or 5 years, if you are working and you want to quit your work and go into business proper, it should take you between the ranges of 3 to 5 years to make savings for it and prepare properly for it. Then lastly, let's look at long-term financial goals. Long-term financial goals is from 5 years upward. Anything that takes up to more than 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 10 years. And what are the things that can fall under this long-term goal? Your retirement planning. If you are working, you're a salary earner, or even as a business earner, you need to plan your retirement, right? And you need a space of 10 years a space of 7 years to be able to do this. If you're going to retire, if you are, for example, you are a career person and you are going to retire in the next 10 years, now is the time to start planning for that. Right? Now is the time to start saving for that. Now is the time to start putting that into consideration. It's not when you are 3 years coming out of service or you are 2 years out of service that you start planning. No, you need a minimum of 10 years to plan your retirement. The next is wealth accumulation. If you want to be able to, gather enough wealth for yourself and for your generation, you need also a long-term financial goal. Then legacy building. If you want to build legacy out of all your financial successes and financial income that you have recorded over the time, you want to build some legacy, you want to do something meaningful, you should also put it in your long-term financial goals. Don't forget, short-term financial goals take you anywhere between 0 to 2 years, and it includes things like emergency fund, paying off your debt, and creating a budget. Mid-term financial goal includes things like saving for a home, you want to build your own home, investing in personal development, and starting a business. While long-term financial goals takes between 5 to 10 years, and it involves planning for your retirement, wealth accumulation, and legacy building. Now, let's look at financial planning for your different stages. Are different because whether you're a business person or you are a career employee, that you're not going to become big just once. So you're going to start from somewhere, and where you are going to start from is as a young professional who have just gotten a job. What should be your priority at this point? Number one, your priority should be on what? On building your savings. As a young professional who is just starting out your career, who is just starting your business, your priority should be on what? On building your savings. Number two, avoiding unnecessary debt. You want to avoid unnecessary debt by all means. If you just got a job, you are within the first 2 years of your work, you understand, you want to avoid unnecessary debt by all means. And the next is learning about investment. That first 2 years of your working experience, the first 2 years when you get your job, you want to focus on learning about potential investment, savings, avoiding unnecessary debt, and what? Learning about investment. This is critical. Learning about investment. Then if you now proceed to mid-career, you are now 5 years into your career as an individual, what are the things you now need to focus your financial goals on? You need to focus your financial goals on investing in assets, growing your retirement savings, and then managing family expenses. Very, very critical, because as a young professional who just started your career, there's every likelihood that you are not yet married, you are single, right? Which is the reason why we advise that you focus on savings, you focus on avoiding debt, and then you also focus on learning about investment. But at the mid of your career as a professional, you want to invest. Now, we have learned about investment before, so now is not the proper time for you to start investing money in assets that can help you grow the money. And then you want to also grow your retirement savings at this point, and then you also want to manage your family expenses to make sure that your family expenses is not beyond your control. Then pre-retirement phase, there is that phase when you are looking at 10 years to retire from work or from your business. You're looking at 5 years to retire, 7 years to retire. What are the things you need to focus on? Number one, you need to focus on reducing your liabilities, reducing the expenses, reducing the number of people you take care of, reducing your liabilities is one of the things you want to focus on. Then number two is what? Securing a passive income. You want to focus on ensuring that you are able to get a source of what? Getting some passive income. And then number three is to plan for your health care. You want to invest in your health care. For example, if you are working within a proper corporate system, you have health insurances. If you are working in the civil service, you also have health insurances. But when you retire, I'm not sure those health insurances are going to be there anymore. And as you get older, your body gets weaker, so there is tendencies for you to get even more sick than when you were young, right? So there is need for you to plan for your health care. Then the retirement stage, whether you're a business owner, there is a point where you need to retire from your business. This is very, very critical. And then for a career person, of course, it is certain there is a time when you are going to retire, as a career employee. And at that point, when you are retiring, you want to focus on wealth preservation. You want to focus on making sure that your wealth is well preserved. Then you want to also focus on estate planning, right? And then maintaining a comfortable lifestyle. These are the things. These are the various stages of your life as a person, whether you are a business owner or you are a career employee, and the types of financial objectives that you need to focus on. Now, personal finance is the first step towards financial independence. If you are able to manage your personal finance effectively, you are on your way to financial independence, because it is this management itself that will enable you to be able to effectively utilize your finances over time. Now, by improving your financial literacy, which is what we are doing in this workshop, adopting the healthy money mindset, building a proper money mindset, and setting clear financial goals, you can take control of your financial future, which is very, very critical. So don't go away. We are coming back to the next session. Thank you very much for participating in this session. And in the next session, we are going to look at budgeting and managing expenses. Thank you.
Hi there. Thank you for choosing to participate in our workshop. We're thrilled to have you on this learning journey with us. If you just came across this video online or on our channel, you can access all the workshop videos on our website at jomorc.com or on our YouTube channel at Jomo Mentorship. Looking to take your skills to the next level? Explore our wide range of in-depth courses at elearn.jomorc.com. Here's a glimpse of what we offer. Number 1, business planning and implementation. Number 2, business documentation and accounting. Number 3, business registration and legalization. Number 4, agribusiness establishment and management. Number 5, decoration and events planning enterprise. Number 6, fashion design enterprise. Number 7, food processing and packaging. Number 8, green energy enterprise. Number 9, oil and gas enterprise. Number 10, real estate and construction enterprise. Number 11, technology and security enterprise. And number 12, fintech and e-commerce enterprise. Whether you prefer learning remotely or at your own pace, we've got you covered with our flexible and engaging training experiences. Visit elearn.jomorc.com today and start building the future you deserve.